What shall I name this?
Just name it whatever, man.
Okay. Alright, this game here is Insaniquarium. One of my all-time favorites, because it's chill, you know? It's made by the same people who made Plants vs. Zombies. You know, that's a hit game. I'm surprised this only got one game because this is just as good. I already beat the game. Typical is a gaming, but because I did that, I already know what's up. Primo hasn't, so this is gonna be a shock for him.
Because I got arthritis playing this game, so that's why I'm making Salt play it. We said we were gonna play more fish type games, and specifically name drop this in the Madagascar video, which I know you've all seen. So you should have seen this coming. Feed the little fish.
Kill the aliens.
You know what's funny? If I had a nickel every time that there was a game that had a Xenomorph parody, I would have 2 nickels. I should have wished I had like $100 for each time, because then I'd be able to pay off my debt.
And you gotta get the eggs. I don't know why it says find me, because it's literally in the top corner, but...
Should say save me.
It should say save me. Say, please save me. Now, if you haven't heard of this game, but you've played Plants vs. Zombies mini games before, then you should find this gameplay very familiar, because Zombiquarium just takes this and waters it down. No pun intended. No pun intended. I actually didn't even think about it.
This is like a lot of games where the start is a bit slow, but it really starts to pick up.
Yeah, it picks up a lot.
I mean, you gotta like how it's kind of chill. It starts out chill, but when you have to fight the aliens, it gets really... It's really crazy. Now, Salt, you beat the game, so you know the optimal strategy.
I do know the optimal strategy.
And you will showcase it for us in this video?
Absolutely. One of the tricks, I'll tell you right now, is that the start game pets that you unlock, are actually pretty good. Like the original, like the first ones that you get are actually pretty good. Now I forget how long you have to go. I don't even know how, I don't even know what you have to do to get the next stuff.
I think you just keep buying guppies, don't you?
I suppose. Like, I'm not sure if it goes up with your money or how much stuff you buy or... Right, it's how big you make the guppies. The one part of the song kind of sounds like Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
It does?
Actually, this whole song kind of sounds like Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Like a weird version of it. Like it has the same sort of tune to it. Girls just wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have fun. I'm a beautiful singer, I know. Stinky the Snail, if you played Plants vs. Zombies, then you know who this guy is.
This is where he comes from.
This is where he comes from.
I may be spreading misinformation. I think that's actually true, though. You got to remember, all these games take place in the same universe. What does he do? He just sits down there and collects.
He collects coins, just like he does in Plants vs. Zombies. Aliens. Aliens are real. Now, this guy's name, I looked it up. His name is Sylvester. Now, they eat your fucking fish. Stinky collects coins, and you will find that just like in Plants vs. Zombies, he very quickly becomes useless. Because you'll get to a point where you're not even feeding your fish. You're just collecting coins. So you kind of take Stinky's job.
Bruh. Look at the money!
My guppies! My guppies!
I ran out of time. I have to go home and feed my guppies.
Can I get the egg before Sylvester comes to take my fishies? No, I cannot. But Sylvester will give me the tools and the spice that I need to get that egg.
Nico, my cousin! Nico, my oyster is here!
Let's go fishing, Nico!
Kabusi? He's just sitting there.
Yeah, he just sits there.
Maybe they should add him to every video game so he could just stare at you.
Well, he stares at you until he opens up and gives you a pearl. Which is good.
I find that very useful.
It is pretty useful. Honestly, I don't really know because I didn't really use him past the point. I might end up changing up my strategy, but I'll have to show the optimal. Ah, here is where the piranhas come in. Well, once I have the money for it. Here's a piranha. Now, piranhas eat guppies.
Just the small ones, though, right?
Yes, just the small ones. But they give you diamonds. You know, they shine bright like a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Now this right here is a laser, which helps you kill quicker. Now when you just have Sylvester, alien fighting isn't too difficult. However, when multiple aliens show up, yeah, that's right, multiple aliens, then it gets a tad difficult. EGGS eggs. Itchy the swordfish. Now he helps you attack aliens. I didn't use him past the point where I didn't have to.
What's the point?
The point?
Yeah.
It's on the end of his nose. Now, I will say, the gameplay gets pretty repetitive, but you know what? At least you know what to expect.
Does it get spiced up, though?
It does. Like, you'll find immediately come World 2 that shit gets too real.
These fish don't just die in the game, they fucking die in real life.
Mm-hmm. Ah, here's something new. This guy's name is, I believe his name is Balrog.
Like the guy off of Street Fighter.
Yep. Speaking of Balrog from Street Fighter, I do have a theory.
A game theory?
A game theory. I believe that he has a chance of being in the next Street Fighter 6 Fighter Pass. You see, the last Fighter Pass, they added Ed.
But what does that have to do with anything?
Well, you see, he's a boxing type character who was actually trained by Balrog, which means he has a very high chance of getting in due to their similar styles. Because if we know anything about Street Fighter 6, it's that they love to add characters that are basically just the same. I mean, Fighter Pass 1 added that character Aki or Aki. I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but this character is essentially just Jury in personality.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Probably, from what I know.
Yeah, come to think of it, I can't really think of a difference between the two, besides that one is like all albino and skinny.
And then after that, they added M. Bison. And you may be thinking, well, how's M. Bison the same? Well, they added a character named JP, who was, because M. Bison was to be completely dead, they added JP as his replacement, to be the guy who takes M. Bison's place as the new big bad guy, who uses the same type of magic as him. And then they went and added M. Bison. After that, they went and added Terry Bogard, who is just Ken. Because if you know anything about Terry, you know that he was created because the guy who created Ken wanted Ken to be the main character of Street Fighter. So he just made his own game and made Ken the main character.
So Terry was not a good choice for Street Fighter?
Absolutely not.
Who would you have preferred?
Poison. No questions asked.
No second thoughts.
No second thoughts. Poison.
But here's a character for all you sick freaks out here. It's Prego the mama fish who gives birth constantly. This is actually a very useful early game pet.
In fact, I actually used Prego the entire way through when I did my playthrough.
Now, if this game were to come out in the modern day and be made by a different developer, I bet the birth giving animation would be far more graphic. Because it should be.
Why?
To add more layers to the character.
The character?
She's in shock, but is she in pain? Because childbirth is very painful. She should be in pain and screaming. They should add screaming to it.
Well, I believe they come from her colon.
From her colon?
Yeah, she poops the baby out.
She poops them out.
Now, the reason I use her the entire way through is because she immediately eliminates needing to buy guppies to feed piranhas. Because she just makes them.
Well, you do need to buy them, because if they all get eaten, it still fails the course anyway.
Yeah, but, like, it eliminates needing to buy guppies once, like...
Oh yeah, there's a farting noise when she gives birth.
Mm-hmm, that's why I said.
Out of the colon. I feel like there should be more games where a character just gives birth on camera.
No, absolutely.
This is what gamers really want. The miracle of childbirth.
Yeah, every now and then you're gonna have to buy one just to make sure. He's fucking dead. But don't worry.
Man, rip fish, man.
Replacement. You see, these aren't named fish. There's a personal aquarium where you can name the fish, but like these aren't named fish. They're not important. They're literally just means to an end. You see, this is where it gets really important to have the gun upgrade. When the boys come to town, when you've got Sylvester and Balrog at the same time. The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town.
You need to buy more fish. It's all about the optimization of wealth, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have the amount of fish that can get you the tools and the spice and can grow your wealth.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I usually never go over 2 piranhas. Unless it's getting desperate, like in later games, you're gonna need more than 2 piranhas. It's just the way it's gotta be.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
It is quite bad.
You gotta, just buy a bunch of them.
If they all die, you just start all over. Now the egg gets increasingly harder to get because the money just keeps going up. Like, it gets to a point where the egg is, like...
But then again...
$1 million.
If your wealth production is high enough, it shouldn't even put a dent.
Mm-hmm. Tragic loss. Here are 2 to replace him. The Walmart method. 1 person leaves, you get 2 completely new ones. Just... Hey, you want to come on in? Boom. Maximize.
You maximize the employees, then you maximize the profit. Walmart is still in business today because they use the fish method.
Mm-hmm. ZORF! Now, ZORF is actually another one. Shell minigame!
Look at that.
You need a lot to buy the bonus pets.
Do the bonus pets help at all?
I'm sure they do. I have not managed to get one. However, we now have ZORF. ZORF is a good one because he eliminates needing to get fish food at points. Oh, we immediately go to this one. Okay, then. I did not realize we were at the second tank already. Oh, yeah, and ZORF's really good because he already has level 2 fish food. I love how this just sounds like elevator music.
It's nice. It's a nice, chill soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Now, as you can see, since we have now moved on to the second place, Star Potion. Oh, I'm gonna be real. I don't remember what they do.
Doesn't a Star Potion, you gotta give it to a big guppy, and then it produces stars.
Of course.
Give you a lot of money. So you could try it out on that big one.
The big one was supposed to eat that.
I remember when I was playing this game, I would always have like 5 starfish because that would maximize the profit.
Of course. Like each world has a whole new strategy that you gotta try out. Already there. Already there. Clyde. He drifts slowly through your tank collecting coins. I never really used him very much, but I'm going to use him in this case because, you know, we might need him.
Is he any better than Stinky?
You know what? Maybe we should use Stinky. I'm thinking that now. Stinky's probably better. I just realized that clam right there has freaking humongous lips. Like huge-ass DSLs. Like, what the hell? Top 10 baddest Insaniquarium bitches.
To be fair, Insaniquarium could also be known as Hot Chick Heaven. Like, grab yourself a snack and a glass of orange juice and try not to reach through your screen, because here we go. Unfortunately, I am dehydrated because I may be catching E. coli again.
Not again, man.
It fucking... Like, I just got it in January. It's only been a month since I got it, and I got over it. and I'm fucking getting it again. That's the problem too, is that I noticed that like when I started living in the city, I started getting constantly sick. Like I would get E. coli way more than I would back when I was living where I used to live. But living in the city, I'm constantly sick because I'm constantly around people. And it's diabolical. Some people cough like iPad kids in public. And you know, I have to drink because I get the dry throat. It could happen to you. You could get E. coli too. Not as bad as I get it, but you could get it too.
Oh, I am starting to realize that maybe Stinky was not the move. I forgot about star catchers.
Now, Salt, why don't you explain what star catchers are to the viewers?
Well, star catchers catch stars and they spit out diamonds.
Are diamonds worth more than stars?
I would believe so.
That is devastating. Holy shit, man.
It's okay. Replace them. Now, World 2 was actually I remember being my least favorite, purely because of this mechanic.
What's the best mechanic?
Well, I'm a little rusty, but if I can recall, it's World 1, because it's the most simple. You see, that's the thing. If you don't have the starfish, you can't feed the star catcher, and the star catcher needs to be fed stars.
It's just so difficult. A lot of people would probably call this game a cozy game. It's a nice cozy game until the aliens come and fucking annihilate your entire tank.
I refuse to use the star catchers because the mechanic is shit.
How are you gonna maximize your profit? How are you gonna raise the profit margin? Oh, geez Louise. That's so much. I do not think that Stinky is equipped to handle all of the coins.
Well, that's why he's here just to give me a hand.
So many of them have decided to go to the very bottom where all the coins will immediately drop and disappear. But this is the fun part, is that the fish in this game are stupid just like real life. Is this the most immersive fish type game?
Could be.
Is this the best fish type game of 2025? I don't see a lot of people releasing a lot of fish type games in our current day and age.
Yeah, I think we need more fish type games.
Yeah, I think last year we had a maximum of 2 fish type games. Insaniquarium was not one of them. I think this game came out in 2003, if I recall correctly. 2001.
Damn.
This game was pre 9/11.
Pre?
That is insane. So it really begs the question, which era of fish type games are the best? The pre 9/11 fish type games or the post 9/11 fish type games? Because you have to remember, the impact that 9/11 had on fish type games was profound.
Vert.
Yes.
This is Vert. He is one of my favorites. He's very good for start game. In fact, I actually used him for my whole playthrough. I always had him with me.
I mean, Vert is like one of the peakest pets.
He's
I like him too.
He's essentially a large guppy, but he doesn't die because he's already dead. However, we're gonna be using a different type strategy because what we like to do on Is It Gaming is if we've played a game before, we like to try a new way to do it.
That's true. We also want to see Vert though, specifically me. I want to see him. I want to see him in the next level.
I'll be using Vert eventually. You just hold your horses by the nuts.
Lasers can't hurt this baddie. Ooh, we got a baddie in our vicinity. Ooh, yes. Type G detected. Let's see the baddie. Ooh, yeah. Let's take a... But just look at that big tummy. Now we're talking. Do you know of any other fish type games?
Sega Bass Fishing.
Yeah, we need more fish type games on Is It Gaming. We have 3 untapped demographics. The Mario fans, which we are going to start catering to them a whole lot more. The SpongeBob fans, and as you can see, SpongeBob is still a very popular franchise. We still need to see if there's an untapped demographic for fans of fish type games. Because we have a couple of them. We have Feeding Frenzy, and then we have Insaniquarium, which we're playing right now. Then Sega Bass Fishing is also one of them. We will need more eventually.
Bro took my fish before he left.
Do SpongeBob games count as fish-type games? Because they live in the sea.
I suppose.
And there are fish in the SpongeBob world. But it's not a game about feeding fish and also catching fish. Come to think of it, I don't know if there's specific guidelines to what a fish-type game even is. Does it just have to have fish, or does it have to involve catching fish or helping fish? Can it just have fish as the characters and just be a regular game, or does it have to involve them being fish?
It might.
For all we know, the SpongeBob demographic is the same demographic as the fish type game demographic.
I mean, maybe.
For all we know, they just blend together.
They just mesh together. You just have to overfeed him like a DeviantArt post.
Like a Andrew Dobson secret fetish leaked post.
Like an Andrew Dobson new Cartoon Crush unlocked.
New Cartoon Crush unlocked! I think one of the funniest things about Andrew Dobson is the Power Girl comic, where he basically created a narrative of how he saved this cosplayer from being harassed by the Act Man, and then the story came out that the guy taking the picture of the cosplayer was like her partner. He obviously got consent to do it, cause then you could see Dobson in the back fucking watching it happen. And in his head, it's completely obvious what he's thinking. He's like, I'm gonna write a comic about this. I'm gonna be the hero. For those unfamiliar, the Andrew Dobson, you may know him from Lesbian Kick.
Lesbian Kick.
There's a guy called Magic Mush who makes a funny video on him, so go check that video out. I love shouting out the smaller YouTubers. As you know, our influences is so high. You know, we're the ones who got Mr. Beast all his popularity, and we'll continue to promote small YouTubers to this day. In fact, I want to give a quick shout out to a small YouTuber that I'm a huge fan of, and I just love this guy's content. Video Game Donkey. He's so funny, and he has made so many unique videos. You need to subscribe to him. And you know what? Pretty soon, maybe he'll overtake us in subs because of how unique he is. Was that really a good investment?
Absolutely.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but once you realize how much it maximizes your profit, it really...
You end up spending more than, buying more than you spend.
But what if he starts eating all the fish?
Well, then you've got plenty more.
He ate this Starcatcher. How could he?
Big whoop, I can buy another one. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, and soon you have $1 million cash dollars.
You know, if the Bare Naked Ladies made If I Had $1 Million in the fish-type games economy, I feel like one of the lyrics would be, if I had $1 million, I'd buy 28 guppies. Then I'd make even more money. Do you think this game increased the sale of guppies because people were like, this is how I can make money in today's economy? In the pre-9/11 world. They were like, wow, this is how I make money in pre-9/11 world back in August of 2001.
Pre-9/11 in August. It's like, what's 9/11? Oh, you'll see, wink. You'll see one day, Snookums.
Snookums!
Does anyone use Snookums anymore?
Probably somebody's mother.
You'll see one day, you delicious little shmoo. My parents have been watching a lot of the Goldbergs recently.
Ah, the Goldbergs. Those Jews are just so funny.
They are. Did you know that show takes place in the Sandler-verse?
Of course it fucking does.
There's a whole episode that confirms it, because apparently the characters were there during the events of The Wedding Singer. The brother and his girlfriend were on the plane that Adam Sandler was singing on.
But I think the funniest thing about that is that they didn't even bother getting the correct seats when they overlaid the footage of the movie.
Yeah.
But I get it. You know, you're making a TV show, you got deadlines to meet. Buy the egg. That's perfect.
Rufus the Fiddler Crab does heavy damage to enemies But only if they're at the bottom of the tank. You see, what you gotta do, though...
What about vert? Are you gonna use vert?
If you really want me to use vert...
Stinky wasn't helping you. Clyde was helping you more, I think.
I will use vert.
I like having him there. The party don't stop till vert is in the tank.
The party don't stop?
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Your party don't start till a fucking skeleton shows up.
Yeah, me no good with words sometime. Me fail English, that impossible.
Do you think we should do a full playthrough of this?
We could.
We could.
It's a fairly short
It's a fairly short game. It might only take us like two or three parts.
Yeah, 2 parts probably. Plants vs. Zombies would probably take us a lot longer. The funniest thing is that we started our Plants vs. Zombies playthrough, but you may or may not have known that because we didn't title it Plants vs. Zombies Part 1. That's the fun part about being an Is It Gaming fan. You either know which video is actually Plants vs. Zombies Part 1, or you will have to search through our entire video library to find out which one it is. If you need a hint, I can tell you. It's a one from World Savings Day last year. There's also a subtle hint in the thumbnail, too. Heck, Plants vs. Zombies may not even be like we dedicate a video to it. As a funny joke, we may just play it every time we quit a game for some reason.
Yeah.
And then you'll see a playlist called Plants vs. Zombies playthrough, and it's just like, you have, I don't know, I'm just gonna name one off the top of my head. We rage quit Twisted Metal Black, for example. And then halfway through, we switch to Plants vs. Zombies. And then that's Plants vs. Zombies Part 2, but it's not called that. That's the fun part about Is It Gaming, is that it turns into a guessing game. Which one of these is actually Plants vs. Zombies?
This guy is a robot who fires missiles.
This guy's a robot who fires missiles. Sniper Wolf commentary.
Yeah, Sniper Wolf has commentary.
How the fuck has she
Sniper Wolf, we were just joking. Please don't come to our houses.
Yeah, how the fuck has she not been banned? I guess she makes YouTube a ton of money, but that is not acceptable.
That is not acceptable.
Going to somebody's house? And honestly, I thought Jax Films was done with the Sniper Wolf bullshit after that, but I was completely bamfuzzled to find that he was still making videos about Sniper Wolf, and I was like, just let it rest. You were at the height of the drama. She came to your house. You told YouTube about it. YouTube said you were both in the wrong, even though clearly it was Sniper Wolf. And then you said, I'm gonna use the Jax Films channel to empower smaller creators, and then you just go back to fucking watching Sniper Wolf videos? That's like if I said, I'm quitting gaming and we're turning this into a cooking channel. And then halfway through, like, we do 2 videos on cooking, and then we're just, like, going back to the regular gaming. What kind of fucking... That's just... Why would you do that? You're breaking my heart here. You took my heart and crushed it into a million little pieces. How could you, Jax Films? How could you do this to me? I thought you were different. I thought you were one of the good ones, but no. Nah, he's probably still a good one. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I don't even know who YouTubers are when they're doing drama, but I tune into the beef just for the funny. But, you know, I know Sniper Wolf. I know her personally. I went to the same prison she was in. No, you see, back in the day, we were making fun of her videos for how bland they were. Is this another classic example of YouTubers stealing from Is It Gaming? It seems to be a trend is that we have so many unique ideas, like making fun of Sniper Wolf on camera is a unique idea. What else? Oh, playing video games on YouTube and commentating over them is an idea that we came up with. Being funny, that's debatable. But we have so many ideas and people steal them and then pretend that's what they came up with.
Yeah. I believe Milton Berle was the one who invented being funny.
That's true. But he stopped being funny really quickly.
Yeah, the moment he pulled out his penis on camera.
Milton Berle really had to Milton Berle really had to pull his cock out to be funny at that point. We all knew that the vaudeville shit wasn't sticking, Milton. You didn't have to show us your ding-a-ling.
Yeah. Bro actually sang the My Ding-a-ling song. The My Ding-a-ling wasn't just like a thing The Simpsons made up. He actually performed that.
He sang it while thwipping it around.
While thwipping it around. Did you know that Lyndon B. Johnson also did that? Just whipped out his penis.
Did he steal that idea from Milton?
I believe they actually came up with the idea together.
It was a collaborative effort to whip their cocks out.
Yeah, it was a group effort. Now, the best part of rapidly clicking is that you'll often miss a coin, so you'll end up feeding the fish in the process. So that way, it eliminates the idea of having to feed the fish, because you're just doing it automatically, pretty much.
These are some real big fish.
These are some real big fish.
Imagine, because this video is scheduled to come out on this day, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if someone took our idea and was like playing fish type games, and they were like, this is actually the first fish type game. I think that's grounds for a lawsuit. Because
absolutely.
We have the receipts to prove when we recorded this video, and that is not acceptable.
Not acceptable. The tank is just full of it.
And pretty soon you will have enough for the next day.
And there we go. Boom, shut up, I'm done. She is such a bad bitch, though.
Just look at that long flowing hair. Now we're talking.
Her songs cheer up all the guppies in the tank, making them drop coins faster.
Do you want to know which one I used when I got her? I used her, and then I used Vert, and then I used Prego. That was my strategy. If you want to give it a try.
Well, I will be using
Prego,
ZORF, and you know what? Yeah,
ZORF is probably a good one. Probably better than Vert. Vert is just good for early game coin generation.
Yeah, ZORF keeps him fed. He's keeping it quiet. Oh damn, that's too much. It's too much. I can't handle it. It's too much money. Gordon Ramsay be like, I can't handle it. It's too much money. That's why he's doing that new cooking competition show where the winner just straight up gets Gordon's money. Like, it's not like a company money prize. Like, it's just straight up Gordon Ramsay literally signs a check to them if they win. Oh lord. It's a lot.
Big money.
Big money. Oh shoot, I just costed that man his dinner.
You fool, you cost me my dinner. Now you shall pay. Insaniquarium movie, Keanu Reeves as the Starcatcher. How do you make a movie of this? Sometimes there's two acceptable ways to make a game movie, it seems. You either make it based on the stories of the games, or you make it based on it's a documentary or a biopic of the game. Because Tetris, I was like, how the fuck do you make a movie about Tetris? And then it came out and I watched it and I was like, that's how you do it. That's how I actually enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, it's
a lot
crazy.
More than you think.
And the crazy thing is, if Eggsy from Kingsman didn't risk his life to get Tetris from Russia, then we wouldn't have had that wonderful game, you know? It's crazy. Tetris was if there's anything I learned from that movie, it's that Tetris was directly responsible for the downfall of the Soviet Union.
Think about it. If he did not go and free Tetris from Russia and almost die and sacrifice himself to free Tetris, we would not have Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 featuring Sonic the Hedgehog. Think about that. I don't know if I could live in a world like that. We wouldn't have Tetris Attack featuring Yoshi. What's even the point of living? I'm so glad he freed Tetris. I'm glad he saved the world. Changed the world, his final message. Tetris is still one of the only good puzzle games.
Yeah, no, it absolutely still holds up to this day. You can't say that about a lot of old games.
Even the old, like, NES version of Tetris, which doesn't even have the hard drop and the hold your piece, even that is still fun. That's really shows how much of a testament to time and why it was so important that Tetris was freed from its shackles. Kind of went off on a tangent. I was talking about how do you make a movie of Insaniquarium, because the creation of the game is probably not that interesting. It's just that they made the game and then they designed the characters. And the story, well, they'd really have to stretch that shit.
They really would.
I understand Plants vs. Zombies because they've expanded that franchise. Insaniquarium, you couldn't make a movie of Insaniquarium, but you could try. If you actually sit down and say, I'm going to make this movie, tell you what, I will give you $10 to make the movie. That's it. I won't give you any more money for that. Just $10.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't make it with my $10 and, like, other money gotten from, like, insider trading, I don't fucking know. And I think that's the end of...
Yep, yeah. We're on Tank 3 now.
So gaming?
Absolutely. It's a fun game. The second one is definitely... Once you change your strategy, that's the thing about the game. You replay it, you change your strategy, and you realize it's a lot better. I changed my strategy for Tank 2 this time around, and it was amazing. Loved it. A lot more fun. And yeah, gaming. It's just a fun little game you can play. It starts off cozy and it just gets apeshit immediately.
And if you would like to see us play some more fish-type games, please let us know. We want to make sure that we tap any untapped demographic. We want to appeal to the fish-type fans. We kind of want to make sure that they're represented. Represent! I see you. You are visible to me. Fish-type fans. I see you. That's the end of the video.